Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Today's topic is going to be how are beliefs formed? So I'll get to that in a minute. Relax. Let your body sink into whatever you're sitting on or laying on so that your brain can chill out a little bit, because a relaxed body is a message of safety. So you're breathing. It's late. It's almost 11 here. So your body relaxes so your breathing can take a normal pace. A normal, natural, relaxed pace. Nothing exaggerated. Just normal. When your breathing is relaxed and your body's relaxed, it's a great message of safety. So, how are beliefs formed? So in this TMS, mind-body space, perceived danger, pain, there's a lot of talk about you need 100% belief. So what do we need to believe? 1, the brain can create symptoms. Simply put, the brain can create symptoms. We need to believe that. That means you believe that this thing that Dr. Sarno discovered called TMS is a real thing, the brain creating symptoms. In his world, it was all based on the repressed emotions, primarily anger and rage, but I believe there's many other perceived dangers that can create symptoms. But number 1 belief is the brain can create symptoms based on the perception that something dangerous is going on. Super important. The next belief is, this applies to me. You've done the analysis. You've done the assessments. And everything indicates that the brain's creating it, not the body. And there's a couple of assessments at painfreeyou.com/start. There's a pain test, and right below that in the body of the page is an FIT assessment. Do those assessments. If it indicates TMS, then that's what it is. That means your brain is creating the symptoms. So the first belief is this thing called TMS exists. The brain can create symptoms. Number 2, this applies to me. Number 3, a very important belief is I can get better. I have what it takes. I'm not too scared. I'm not too anxious. It hasn't been around too long. I'm not too negative. I can get well. That's a belief that you can form. So on to the topic of the video. How are beliefs formed? Doesn't matter what you believe in. Doesn't matter if you believe in Santa Claus, God, Jesus, Buddha, whatever. A belief is formed based on a decision you made. I am choosing to believe in God. I am choosing to believe in Santa Claus. I am choosing to believe that this thing called TMS, perceived danger pain, is a real phenomenon that happens, and it happens all the time with me and many other people. I'm choosing to believe in those things. It's a decision that you can make. So if you're the type of person who is very much in doubt, I don't know, it might be physical, but every time I think it's TMS, it hurts differently, and my doubt rises, and my belief goes out the window. So it's really, really important for you to make an actual decision. I am deciding to believe that TMS is a real thing. Perceived danger pain is what's going on for me. It applies to me. And I am deciding to believe that I have what it takes to get better. Why? Because I'm human just like everybody else who's gotten better before me. And the system works the same way for everybody because we're all human. We all have the same system. So, how do you form a belief? Make a decision. Because here's the cool part. Once you make a decision, there's a really neat part of the brain called the reticular activating system, RAS for short. What that means is we've got a system that is always scanning the horizon for life and everything else that's going on in your world. Scanning all the time. Looking for what? Proof that the things you believe are actually true. Let me say it again. The brain is always scanning for proof that the things you believe are always true. So let's put this into context. If you believe that your body's the problem, if you believe that maybe this TMS thing exists, but it doesn't apply to me, if you believe that, well, it does apply to me, but I can't get better, you know what your brain's going to be looking for? All day long? Proof that those negative, fearful, I won't get better beliefs are correct. The reticular activating system is how the brain functions. And so it's really important for you to say, well, what do I want to believe? Do I have enough empirical evidence based on TMS, the knowledge that's put out there, by the success stories, by the other people getting better? Do I have enough evidence that this is a real deal? Yeah, we do. And if you don't believe that, you're still stuck in the fear. No offense, but you're stuck in the fear. So now that you believe that this thing called TMS, brain-created symptoms, actually exists, you do the assessments. If it says TMS, it means your symptoms are behaving like the brain's creating them, not through some flaw or abnormality of the body. Super important. And then the belief, you can decide to believe that I'm a human being like everybody else who got better, so I can get better too. That's a belief. It's a decision you make that leads to the belief, which leads to what? Your reticular activating system scanning all the time, looking for evidence that you're actually okay. So I'm going to encourage you, if there's any aspect of, do I think TMS is a real thing? Do I think it applies to me? Or do I think I have what it takes to get better? If there's any of that you're uncertain about, make a decision. It's the most important thing you can do, because once you make that decision, the reticular activating system will scan all day, every day, for evidence that that decision which you have made, the thing you have chosen to believe is true, is actually true. And when your brain buys the message, things will settle down. So, how are beliefs formed? They're formed by making a decision. Do you believe you can start a business? Make a decision that you can. Do you believe you can find romance? Make a decision that you can. Do you believe that you can learn how to drive a car if you're, 15 years old and you're soon coming up to that? Make a decision you can. The brain will look for evidence that you're correct. That's how the brain works. So, love you guys and gals. I'm going to wrap this one up. Hope everybody's doing great. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.